Hello everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Becca. And we are officially on our way to our lifestyle visit in the Villages, Florida. From Lexington, Kentucky through Indiana, which is not really the most direct route.
Yeah.
It was for a good reason. We've gotten to spend a lot of time with our grandson and our daughter and son-in-law, so it's been great, except for a few little hiccups. Stay tuned. We'll tell you what those were at the end of the video.
So a few people have asked us why we're going to check out the Villages when we love Lexington so much.
Yeah, because we do. We have been in Lexington for most of our married life. It's kind of got a lot of the advantages of a larger city as far as entertainment options, dining options, healthcare. It's a university town, lots of great sporting events. So lots of things to do, but it's small enough to feel welcoming and friendly.
Yeah, I'd probably call it a big college town.
We do love it. And so that is what I think has taken a lot of people aback when they find out we're investigating the Villages, Florida.
It's a combination of things. I mean, we've been attracted to Florida for years, but more to the beach. But we looked at the beach, and the beach was kind of cost prohibitive.
Yeah, the insurance seems like it's crazy.
Yes.
If you get a condo, it seems like the condo fees and assessments are crazy. And then I don't like storms, so the whole hurricane thing, feeling like you have to evacuate and then board up things, and
Right.
Is your stuff going to be destroyed? And I don't need any comments that, yes, we understand. Central Florida can still be hit by hurricanes, tornadoes. I mean, we did a mission trip near the Asheville, North Carolina area, which that's in the mountains. You wouldn't think they would get hit by a hurricane, but they experienced a lot of damage. So we get it. We know that Central Florida is not immune from those weather-related risks, but it's much less than living on the coast, and the
Right.
expenses reflect that.
Right. Insurance is noticeably different. And we'll eventually do a video about the cost that we see for this whole venture if we do it. We've watched enough, or at least I've watched enough videos on the expenses to know that the insurance seems very similarly priced to what it is in Lexington.
But bringing us back to Lexington. So the question we've gotten is, you guys love Lexington. Why would you leave? Or why would you consider the Villages and maybe leaving for part of the years? I mean, I think that's a valid question because we do love Lexington and we love our life here. But there are a lot of things about Florida and the Villages specifically that are attractive to us, one of which is just the weather. More year-round sunshine, more year-round warm weather where we can actually be outside. I know I get, whatever that's called, seasonal affective disorder, whatever it is, sad. I get sad in the winter. Gray, dreary skies for months on end. It wears on me. I can put up with the cold, like the temperature cold, much more than I can the lack of sunshine.
Yeah, because we'll have 3-4 days straight where you don't see the sun at all. So it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. I don't even know what causes it, but
it's just dreary.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody puts a gray blanket over the top of the city. It's weird.
It makes me feel like I'm living like in a dystopian novel. Like it's just that gray and just ugh.
I mean, in reality, the last few years, actually, we started this in 2020, going to either Alabama or Florida coast in the wintertime. And so we've gone anywhere from probably 2 weeks to a month, not being in Lexington in the wintertime anyway. So we thought maybe we'd investigate taking it to the next step.
Right, and the Villages seems like a great fit for that because, yes, we love sunshine, and yes, we'd like more of it throughout the year, but having warmer temperatures and sunshine year-round means we can also enjoy a lot of our favorite activities outside more, right, through a longer period of the year or all year long. One of the things he loves to do, probably his primary form of exercise, is road cycling. And he loves it. And he usually sets a goal for how many miles he wants to ride in a year. And at the very beginning of the year, he's doing a lot of those miles inside on an indoor bike, which is not nearly as fun for him.
No, I've now upgraded to a Peloton, which is better than just a traditional inside bike, but it's still not fun. It's a lot more fun to be outside on the rolling hills. Of course, that's a downside I hadn't thought about till just now. There are no rolling hills in the Villages.
It's pretty flat.
So I might not like that as much. I hadn't thought about that, but because there is
I would
something.
like it a lot better because I've been on a few bike rides with him, and he'll be like, it's just a little hill, and it's like this.
I might not like that aspect, but Becca doesn't really like me riding on the road.
From a safety perspective.
Right. There are some bike trails in Lexington, but quite honestly, it's not nearly as developed as other states that we've been to. But anyway, the Villages have these thing called multimodal trails. It's like for the golf carts, bikes,
and pedestrians.
And I think there's over 90 miles last I heard of those. So actually, when we're down there, I'm kind of hoping to make a video where I at least ride some of that. I mean, I don't know if it makes a loop or whatever, but at least some of it.
We're going to explore. That's what this is for.
And like we said, we get bikes with our stay. But anyway, so that's one of the reasons is to get off the roads for biking.
To get off the road safer and to do it more often throughout the year.
Right. Because in reality, I usually probably ride from about the 1st of April to about the end of November, mid-November. It just depends on the weather. But there's a good chunk of the year where you just can't ride outside. I mean, you can, but it's not fun. Like if you've got to bundle up from head to toe, that's not fun.
And it's not safe either when it gets wet.
Another thing is just community. We like to stay active. We go out and do things probably more nights than we don't, I would say. And it seems like, especially ever since COVID, it's gotten harder and harder to find people to do stuff with that frequently.
So we had the COVID lockdowns, and we were kind of stuck at home. And then even when those lockdowns were lifted, we had a little bit of a, hey, we can finally get out and do things, so we did. But we had developed a habit of just being kind of homebodies. And we'd gotten out of the habit of looking for and creating social opportunities. And so we got to the point where we're just like, what do you want to watch now? Like we couldn't even find anything else we wanted to binge watch because we watched so much just kind of sinking into our recliners, into the couch and staying there. And we thought, this is not how we want to spend our life. We want to go out and do things and be social. And so we started, like we did before, getting out and about and started doing more things. And we'd invite people to do things, but it seems almost like pulling teeth to get people to commit to even going out to dinner or going out for musical bingo or meeting up for a concert. It just seemed like other people were still stuck in that stay-at-home mode.
And so what we've realized in analyzing a little bit is everybody's at a different stage of life, and we have pretty good flexibility, both from being empty nesters and
just your work.
Right, just time flexibility, more so than a lot of people. And so what we've realized is that the Villages is kind of like that, I think. Like it's a lot of
more people like us.
Right. It's right. Not everybody's retired, and we aren't retired, but there's people who kind of pre-retired that are
working from home,
active adults, that like to do outside things and so forth. And so it seems like a whole community of people kind of like us.
Right, like it's a bigger pool of people to pull from for social partners.
Right. I was thinking about it, and I kind of came up with this analogy. I played soccer in high school, and our high school had about 200 people per grade, and soccer team it was mostly guys. I mean, there were actually a few girls on it too. At the time, there wasn't a separate girls team, but
because we're that old.
Right. All the young people out there are like, what? But anyway,
the young people are not watching this video.
Oh yeah, they're watching. But anyway, yeah. Oh, they'd be watching a video about the Villages. But anyway,
you should, because you don't have to be 55.
Be part of the 20%.
Go watch our other video.
If you have 200 people per grade, and at that time you had 4 grades in high school, so you had 800 people, but if half were guys and half were girls, and the soccer team was mainly guys, then we had essentially 400 guys to choose from for the soccer team. We'd then go play a school in Louisville that was all guys, 400 people per grade. So their pool to pick from is 1,600 people.
So which team's probably going to have the better athletes?
I think we lost 17-1 when we played them last time, if I remember correctly. They were good. They were really good. When you have everybody kind of from the same demographic, everybody's kind of retirement age almost. I mean, one thing that struck me is if you watch people's videos on YouTube that have taken a lifestyle visit and then bought a place, there's often a pretty tremendous weight loss. In their video.
They look much healthier, more sun, thinner faces.
Right. I mean, we've talked about some of them look younger. I mean, there's some of them that the videos are 5 years old, and they look younger now than they did when they had their lifestyle visits. So,
and it's kind of funny because people will say to me, if you hang around old people, you're going to start looking and acting older. I'm like, well, maybe your version of old people is what you see around here. People that just sit around and don't do anything. Like the version of old people that I want to become and I want to be around is people who don't just sit on their couch every night, but they're out and about and they have friends and they do things.
And I mean, there's lots of learning opportunities too. Like we watched something called the Richmond Academy that looks pretty cool. Some of those have a slight cost that appeared, but you can constantly learn, and
explore new potential hobbies.
Right. I mean, as an aging adult, oftentimes I think we stop learning, and that's probably not a good thing for our overall health. So I'm excited about that stuff too. So there's various things.
Yeah. So I think in short, it's the weather, year-round sunshine and warm weather that we can enjoy just to be outside, even just walking outside. But also that leads to the second point. It facilitates more of the things that we enjoy doing outside. Cycling. I love going to the pool, reading a book by the pool, hopping in when I get too hot. So that's something that's very relaxing for me. And then 3, being around more people who are interested in things that bring value and joy to your life, like sort of pulling back from the rat race, pulling back from the keeping up with the Joneses, just realizing stuff doesn't matter nearly as much as experiences. And we want to get in as many experiences and as much life in our lives as we can from now until it ends. Are you all choked up?
That's, in a nutshell, kind of what we're thinking. Who knows what we'll do, but that's what we're thinking. So we want to check it out. But I mean, Becca raises an interesting point. If the Villages were, I started saying Michigan, but I don't know why I would want to single out Michigan. If the Villages were north of Kentucky, we wouldn't be going. I mean, historically, we haven't even really vacationed north of Kentucky.
Right. So it's not just the pool of the community of people. It's the combination of warmer, sunnier weather year round, and people who are committed and available to active lifestyles, active social lifestyles.
Right. And honestly, neither one of us is bothered by hot weather. Like we can't stand cold weather, either one of us, but we aren't bothered by hot weather. So
if you're one that can't deal with the heat and the humidity, this might not be a good fit for you, but we're exploring because we think it might be a really good fit for us.
Right.
And we did promise you, I think, at the beginning, to tell them about our little hiccups.
Sure.
So We're on our way to the Villages via Indiana.
It involves the dog, no surprise.
Yes. If you didn't watch our earlier videos where we discuss our relative personalities in relation to whether we enjoy having pets, go back and watch our other videos because you need that history to see how traumatic this was. So we arrived here several nights ago. We're staying at our Airbnb in Indiana, which is where we stay when we're visiting our family that's here. So we have our dog. We're exhausted. It was a 3-hour drive at the end of a work day. We'd gone out to dinner with our daughter, our son-in-law, our grandson, and then his family, which was fun, but we were pretty shot. We'd unloaded the car. We were really getting ready to just kind of wind it all up and get in bed. I go to let the dog in. He barks once. I open the door. He runs in, brings the stench of a skunk with him. I'm like, oh no, because this had happened about a year ago. And it took us probably a year to get the smell off of him. The first time he got a bullseye. I mean, it was this yellow-green bullseye in the front of his white chest. And I scrubbed him, different combinations of things we bought, different combinations of things we'd read on the internet, asked veterinarians. And we got most of the stench off, but he reeked for weeks.
Yeah, and it was rough just driving the 3 hours back to Lexington.
With him in the car. Like, it would make you gag. It was a lot that time. And so when I let him in and I caught a little whiff of that, I'm like, here we go again. Luckily, this time it was not a direct hit. I think he saw what was coming and started running. So it wasn't as bad, but with that level of exhaustion and knowing how my husband feels about the dog anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I take him outside. There had been a thunderstorm. It was muddy. I'm trying to, do all the right things with the combinations. He's going to buy more supplies. P.S. Hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and dishwashing detergent. It's a pretty good combination should you find yourself in this situation.
Got to do it as
not
soon as
tomato
possible,
juice.
though. Last year, part of what we did was it happened right as we were going to bed, and I was like, just throw them in the garage and we'll handle it tomorrow.
We'll deal with it in the morning. So
Apparently
it's
that was
soaked
a bad
in.
idea.
Yeah, that was a real bad idea. So we jumped on it, but you're also not supposed to get them wet immediately because it's an oil, and something about that makes it soak in more.
Yeah,
anyway, we did all the right things this time because we had some experience.
Yeah, we were prepared. Somewhat prepared. We still had to go buy the supplies, but I mean, who would think it would happen? We've had dogs for 33 years, as we talked about. Never once has this happened before. It has happened to him twice in the last year.
Anyway, so that's a big strain in our marriage because he's like, why do we have this dog? And I'm like, well, we have him, so now he's gross and we have to clean him. Well, he's certainly not going to clean him. So even though I got my nails done for the trip, I ruined them, giving him all these baths and these different concoctions, and it was just something. And then we wake up the next day and our daughter texts to say that she had woken up our grandson. He was covered in vomit. He'd gotten sick in the middle of the night, didn't wake himself up, but vomited and rolled around in it. So she was cleaning that up. I'm still giving the dog 14 levels of baths. And she's like, I called the daycare. There's been a stomach bug going around. So, let me know if you don't feel well. So we're like, great. Now we've got a stinky, skunky dog. We might have a stomach virus. Should we cancel the Villages trip?
Came close, but we didn't do it. And fortunately, it seemed to just be him that was sick.
Or maybe it was something he ate.
Yeah.
He got better pretty quickly.
The parents didn't get sick. We didn't get sick. Josh's parents didn't get sick. So, nobody
dodged a bullet on that one.
Nobody that was around on that night got sick. So anyway, it didn't seem like a stomach bug. But.
Anyway, have you ever experienced travel hiccups like that where you're very excited to go on a trip and you're like just literally almost there and you're packing or getting things ready for your final leg, and then it's just like one thing after another and you think, should we even take this trip? But we've been looking forward to it for so long. We really didn't want to cancel, so we were super thrilled that he got better quickly, nobody else got sick, and that our quick actions and our experience with our beloved dog kept that from being a big problem.
And actually now, as of today, he's unbanished from the garage. He's back in the house, and I don't even smell him. Like literally 3 months ago, if he got stressed or got rained on or whatever,
the old smell would still come
right,
back.
and I don't even smell it this time. So I'm hopeful. I think you got it under control. So we'll find out on our 11-hour car trip.
Yeah. So. Yeah. If we get out of a gas station and everybody for a break and everybody around us backs up, we'll know we made a big mistake. But we think we got that under control. So put in the comments if you've had a similar experience, whether it's a skunk or something else that sort of put a little bit of a hiccup or a roadblock to your travel plans. We'd love to hear your story so we can commiserate with you.
Yep. Thanks so much for watching.
All right.
I'm John.
I'm Becca. And I think you know
what we'll do next.
We're staying at in Indiana.